Good morning, guys. Uh, this is a very lovely day, and it's a very blessed day. Because we get to look at the charts again and see what the markets is trying to say. Okay? Yeah. Uh, so we'll start with Euro USD. For those who never watched the previous video, yeah, so I'll just for those who never watched the previous video, I'll just explain it. Yeah, I'll just try to explain everything again. Okay? Because it's a new day. A new day means new opportunity. Okay? Whatever happened in the past, yesterday, is the past. And what matters is now and the future. Okay? So, having known that, what do we do? Okay. We start with Euro USD. Yeah. Euro USD on Monday, on Friday we had the close of price at this level. You see? This made everything interesting. You see? Because now all we needed was a pin bar. Yeah. We just needed the pin bar to reach this level. And if the pin bar reaches this level, then we can give ourselves a chance to sell. But what happened was price never did this, unfortunately. It sold off more. You can see it sold off more. You see? But if you think in an open way, then don't just limit yourself to what we're expecting from this point here. Okay? We were expecting that price will now start having a push, right? And the thing was, this was not present. So meaning if price was to retest this same way, our lower high would be this level, you see? And our lower low would be this level. Meaning if price retest our level at this point, it's fine to sell, but most of these trades, based on experience, they end up taking out the lower low, the lower high, just by a weak pullback and then continue selling. Okay? Because they end up respecting this zone here for those who use supply and demand. Okay? Unless if price retest was at this point, you see? where I would know that if price breaks above, we're out of our OG level, you see? Now price is coming at this level, you see? And meaning in this situation, the only point we can sell from, this is the last lower low price had before it broke. So this would have been a point we would have sold from here. But after price tapping into this level, you see? So would have been expecting price to break above and then break outside and retest and then sell. Okay? But now things are even better. If you ask me why. Because we've made the new lower low. Okay? Here. And this is our new lower low. This is our new lower high. You see? And we are looking for buys at this point. So this means that when price retests back to this level, the 4 hour will be bullish. You see? Meaning I don't have to worry about this little structure. Okay? Meaning I don't have to worry about this little noise. Because this price will be in a bullish momentum. So price here will now start buying. Price will start buying. You see? And once it takes out this low high, we'll go bullish. You see? And when we go bullish, this means that when we'll be reaching our OG level here, what will happen? Price will still be making lower, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. You see? Higher lows, higher highs. And a disclaimer, this is not how price will play out exactly, okay? Because I don't want you to expect the same move where you expect, okay, I need one green candle, one red candle, one green candle, one red candle, one green candle. No, no, no. Price, this can happen in 2 moves. You see? This can happen in 3 moves. This can happen in 6 moves. Okay, anything, anyway. It's just me showing you the roadmap. That price when retesting will go bullish. You see? And so when we're at this point now, when we're at this point, we'll be bullish, and that's even better. Because we don't have to worry about this level. But we only have to wait for one important thing to happen, which you all know, and we all call it the what? The shift here. Bah! You see? And when we get that shift, then we praise God, say, how long have we waited? How long have we waited? Then we praise Him. Then we worship Him. And then we start preparing ourselves for the journey. Okay? So the moment price just retests here, I'll tell you again, the moment prices retest this level and breaks above, or not even breaking above, just shifts this uh higher low here, we prepare our journey, guys. Okay, we get our shorts and then start weighing in our targets. Okay, here if you want, you can use this as a stop loss. You know, I'm just joking. But the thing is, once we get this break here, most important thing also is the daily time frame at the same time. After this major retest, will also give us what? The daily holding we always look for. Okay? And the daily holding doesn't have to be an engulfing, just has to be a daily strong bearish candle. Okay? Because sometimes can be a candle like this with a weak rejection. That's a sign that price will continue selling. Okay? But the most important is that when price just breaks below this level, my brothers and sisters, my nephews and cousins, when price just breaks this level, thank God and prepare for your journey of reaping what we've been sowing all month long. Okay? So, uh, when we're at this point, we just now look for how price will, how price uh broke. Okay? Because then it's just a retest and an entry signal. Okay? And the entry and the stop loss and the take profit. Okay? And if you want, you can just come out at this level. There's nothing wrong. Okay? There's nothing wrong at all. Because this is even the last lower low we'll have when price retests. Okay? So we are not trying to stretch ourselves just to get profits. All right? All right? All right. All right. All right. So what will just matter here is how um this retest will be. Okay? If let's say, like I always tell you, this shift has something like this happening. Okay? And then the break. This is an advantage because then we just what? Reduce our stop loss, you see? Ah, yeah. Ah. While maintaining the what? The final exit point. You see? That's the most important part. So, if I was you, I would be calm. Even though this is the noise that's going on, we are way far. This is still a very nice setup that I know that I am sure of. If price just comes back here and gives us what I'm telling you right now, can enter and throw your phone. Okay? And even if you lose, you'll be happy. Why? Because for the first time, you followed your plan. You see? For the first time, you say, I can try this again. For the first time, you say, at least I did everything right in my power. For the first time, you say, at least I didn't cheat myself in or out. For the first time, you say, at least I put in the work and I did everything in my power. You see, that's a different type of failure right there. Okay. When you're doing all these things I'm from telling you, then you've never failed in your own journey. Okay? It's just the market going the other way. Okay? You only fail one when you cheat your way in or your way out. Two, when you don't do everything in your power and knowledge to make that decision. Three, when you don't stick to your plan. Just these three. Because whenever you go against these three, your heart will tell you you're doing this wrong. And yourself, you will know. That's the beauty of the heart. It's like I tell you, uh, use your hands and uh, throw me number four with your fingers, then give me a full fist. Your heart will tell you this is wrong, even though you pretend the five is a four. Same when you do the wrong thing. Okay? So that means you won't fail. And you're not failing. It's just that Price just decided to go the other way that day. Okay? And the goodness of it is you can try again. The same strategy, same journey, same patience, same application. You see? And same happiness and same emotions towards the whole journey. That's the beauty of it, guys. That's the beauty of everything you ever do in life. Okay? Always find these same small spots. Okay? Anyway, the next thing we have is USD CHF. What an amazing pair. Very sneaky, but yet very profitable. Yeah. Uh, so there was one crash that happened in this pair, which was Imagine in 1 week you see this movement, and imagine you took this sale, or in a week you see this movement. So, anyway, uh, just wanted to show you a crash that happened in this pair. So, what do we have here? USD CHF. Very sneaky, but yet profitable. Very sneaky, but yet profitable. Okay? So, right now, the weekly time frame, everything is very straightforward. Why do I say this? Uh, First of all, it's because the Lord has healed me. Yes. Second of all, it's because this is the higher low, higher high. And when price retest this level here, I'm telling you, when price retest this level here, when price just retest this level here, rejoice and prepare for the journey. Okay? So all I'm saying to you is we need price to come back here so we can buy this thing. Okay? But we'll be very careful. Like I said to you, very sneaky but yet profitable. This pair. And I'm telling you based off experience. Yeah. I'm telling you from my experiences 2023 till now. Okay? Uh so this is what we know in the weekly time frame, but in the daily time frame, my brothers and sisters, you can see that we need price to come back here. That's the first jack, that's the first step, that's the first thing we need for us to even think of anything else. We need this price nicely trickling back to this level. Okay. Uh, Today will be with a very, very, very good energy throughout. And I'll tell you at the end why. Yeah. But so when price comes back here, then the daily will wait for our signature move, which is the holding time frame. Hodl. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Same with this one here, though it just happened a bit far from the entry point. Okay. Uh, 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 uh. So we now switch to the 4 time frame. what do we have here? If you see on a Friday, ooh, on a Friday, my brother, we were at this level here, here. And I remember telling you on Sunday that if this price retests this same way it is, it will be so hard to buy because this pair is very, very, very sneaky. Okay, here, because this is the higher low and this is the higher high. So if price came back here and the daily decided to give us a holding candlestick pattern here, you see, uh, our entry would be a bit limited because when we catch our buy, our stop loss has to be dragged all the way from here. You see? Because this is a higher low. Okay. But what happens? We get a very good advantage where if you open your heart and you open your mind, you won't feel bad about this whole situation of us being on a Tuesday and price is still up here. Okay? Mind you, this is a flag, if you can see it. Okay. And the moment price breaks below and retest, we sell. Price will start selling until it's at this level. And when we retest here, what happens? Price will be what? Bearish. How? Because we'll take away this higher low. And interestingly, if you look at this, we have a new higher low here and a new higher high. You see? That's what I'm saying. The moment price breaks this level and we test it, it will start selling. Because not only will it break below the 4-hour lower high, it will also break below the what? The flag. You see? And I told you the only thing that matters in a flag is how these are situated. If it's pointing up, it means price is likely to sell. Okay? Because it will break below. If it is pointing below, means price is down, price is likely to buy because price will break above. Okay? So in this case, price is pointing above. So we are likely to sell. Have you seen the beauty in that? Uh, so also the good part is when we'll be at this point here, uh, the 4-hour will be bearish. So we'll just be waiting for price to shift and then retest and give us an entry. That same period, the daily time frame will what? Give us an holding. And when it does that, at the same time, we have our new higher low, higher high, OG level, a retest, and then an entry signal. You see, this can even be something like this. So when we get this, simply we do now the needful. Okay, catch our buy and take profit right above here. You see how these things are playing out nicely. If you just open your mind to change. See? Because if you woke up reacting to this market saying, oh no, it never gave us what we wanted, it's Tuesday, this last week of the month. The market doesn't care if this is the last week of June, first week of April, fourth week of May, fifth bonus week of December, last week of November. The market, all it cares is the market has started. It's open on a Monday, closes on a Friday, repeats on a Monday. Okay? Doesn't care how you put your money, you invest. Doesn't care how you struggle to earn your profits. It's just business and money exchange of currencies, trade in, trade out going on. Okay. See, people try to make the trading field so hard to explain to people. So many of them think of it as a very complex business to join. But trading is simple. Trading is just it's like you betting on a team, that this team will win over the other team. But that bet is not based off you just using your head or your instincts that this team has been winning all the time to win again. No, it's now there. It's different because there now you develop your own a strategy you always apply to that bet you take, regardless of the teams playing. Okay, regardless of how many loss bet slips you lose. Okay, and some choose to make 5 bet slips at a go. Some choose to make 10 in a week, 20 in a week, and some just choose to make one in a week. Some choose to make one in a month, two in 5 months, or even one in a year. Okay? But they all have their own strategy they use before they take that bet. Okay? Some just choose, I'll only be betting on uh, a certain team when it's playing. That's all. Okay? A certain team when it is playing against this team, then that's all. Okay? That's the easiest way I can explain for you what trading is. Okay? You don't have to know these numbers going on here on the left side, right side. This is for people who go to university and study uh, economics, or they want to work in brokerage companies or funding institutions on any financial institutions. Okay. The only thing you need to know, that's same as you going on a betting app and you want to know uh what code is behind into that deposit key you press on your phone. Okay. You want to know when I say deposit, what function is inside that deposit option for you to give me that option to deposit. That's not your business. Same with trading. Your only business is these charts. That's all. Okay? You don't need these patterns, these numbers. They mean nothing to you. Okay? You don't need to come here and add indicators, all these indicators, let's say things like these lines. Because when you search about trading, most of you see these lines and you get confused. These lines mean nothing. Okay? These are for people who studied, who went to school for school to study trading, or they went to school to become to work in brokerage firms. Okay? Or they want to work in banks. Okay? You only need these if you be among those people who move the markets. Okay? But this is not of importance to you at all. Okay? That's why you've seen my chart is always clean. All you need in trading is one, a strategy, uh, your risk management, and your psychology. That's all. That's all. Okay? You don't need capital to start trading. Okay. And I know most of you attack me, but yeah, you don't need capital for you to start trading. Uh, Let me search on YouTube. So, uh, let me search. So, capital is is defined as a financial assets, funding, or resources used to launch and sustain and grow a new venture. Okay. So, uh, what capital uh means is something that will not only make you start, uh, but will also make you sustain it. But what's crazy is in markets, you don't need it at all. Okay? Because me, I never had capital. Okay? I never had capital. I only had one amount I would always try and play with. And it was only this amount. That's all. We don't need to be given millions You don't need to be giving, because let's say, let's say you want to start trading, right? Trading is a business. And they say, okay, I want to start trading, but I only have this. Is this regarded as capital? No, because this can't sustain you. You can start, but it won't sustain you. But my mindset, my psychology told me you don't need capital, just need a strong psychology and a risk management and a strong strategy. Okay. These same $10 made the way for me. Okay. Most of you wouldn't believe it, but that's the truth. Because now you can even start trading with as little as $5. Okay. And if you say it's small, imagine you traded it for a whole year and for each you are risking one trade per $1 per trade and you won five and your risk to reward was three. Three times five, that's 15. You now have $20. Okay. You can now start risking $5 per trade. You see? But the problem with us is that we are always trying to see what our neighbor has. Okay. And we try to imitate them. And when they say, oh, I saved up $10,000 and I started my journey. Oh, I saved $50,000 and I started my journey. Oh, I stole this. Oh, I did that. But what if you're not in a situation where you can't have that $10,000? Are you going to wait your whole life until you have it to chase the dream you want? No. No. So for me, I never was that type of person to wait. Oh, get a job. Oh, no. Every little amount I earned. And you know what's funny? I never put no more than 10. Always, I just wanted that 10. And I would lose it and put back another 10. And I would lose it and put back and lose and put back, lose and put back. Until I got my haha moment. Now I'm here and I'm still going. Uh, but yeah, so I was just trying to teach you something there. So AUD card, the daily, you can see it's now below this level and it didn't break above. Uh, so there is no interest yet until we break above. Same with NZD card. Uh, need price to break above this level. NZD USD. Price has reached our take profit now. Yeah. So that's it, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you guys. This particular time and moment that you've traced back to continue watching. So for me here now it's 5 5 5 a.m. London New York station and 12 p.m. It's now in the afternoon. Okay. London session should be 10 a.m. Yeah. So you can see NZD USD right now. Price, it's already at our take profit. And the only thing we can do, the only thing we can do is uh is wait for price to come back here. Because as of now, price has already sold off much, and you can see how much the monthly time frame will close soon in 7 days. Uh, that should be, I think, Monday or Tuesday. What? I don't know, but early next week. So, uh, if price can close at this level, this might be the next level where we can focus on selling next. Cause it's in a week, in the monthly time frame, it looks like a very reliable G level. Okay, so we will be waiting for price to track back here. That's if the monthly decides to close below this line. Okay. But in the weekly time frame, yeah, it's fine. You see, based off these two, four tabs, one, two, three, four. So yeah, this can also be used uh as our selling point. Though on the daily time frame, it's just a straight drop continuation. Okay. In the 4 hour time frame, when price comes back here, this means that when price comes back at this OG level, we will be bullish. So we have to wait for price to then shift. Okay. Then we can catch that sale. Uh, but here, what I'm saying we can still sell is, yes, you might say, but the weekly has no holding point here. It's just a continuation of drops. Yes, but price can easily do this. Uh, you see? This is what price can usually easily do. So if we get this, this means that this happened to be a bullish move. This one also a bullish move, also a bullish move. Then this one, a bearish move, right? Okay. And in such situations, if at all we get these retests, uh, given that the weekly closes at this same point, we just still consider as our take profit when we take this sale at this same low here. Okay. We won't be saying, let me see, can just for the sake of the trade, we can even reduce it at this point. Okay. So that it can make more sense to the weekly time frame. If we get this sale here, you see. So this is the daily time frame. Then price will start retesting. And then when price retests here, we then switch to the forward time frame. Then if we switch to the forward time frame, interestingly, as I told, just from telling you that when price retests this level, so for now, this is the lower high, and this is the lower low. Okay. So then, what I just need is price to continue buying. And then once it takes out this high, when it's at this level, I'll worry I won't worry at anything because I know price has to shift, you see? And all this push will lead to this daily candle I'm showing you here. Okay? Will lead to these candlesticks I'm showing you here. And when price is at this level, it's only right that the 4 hour gets a shift where at this point. Okay? Uh uh then when we're at this point, this means that 4 hour might get that how can I draw this? Okay, let me just do this. And then get that. You see? Uh Let me just draw this for you. So if we get this shift in the forward time frame, immediately the daily also gets its what? Engulfing. And that 14 candle, you see? And then the sale will begin. Okay? But even though this might look so good in your eyes, remember what I told you, we don't make analysis throughout the week. Okay? So this will only be applicable if we see how the weekly close. Okay? But I'm just showing you, if let's say you are not a part of the game this weekend, you found everything at this level. Okay? This is what you do. But as of right now, this is what's there. Okay? Uh, I'll just do this. Okay? This is what's there. Okay? And so we stick to it. We stick with it no matter how good the next position uh what presents us, okay? Because the market is funny. We can get the same thing I'm showing you happen here within this same week and give you that sale. And you would say, but why didn't you take the trade? You missed out on an opportunity. Yes, but what if you took this trade and you lost? You would blame yourself because you knew your plan was priced to come back here and it chose not to. So what do you do? Nothing. And so we move on just like that. Mm. The next thing is NZD card. Uh, Here we are at a very critical moment. I think for now I can maybe even try to give this that kind of OG level because this is the one, the truly the one that will determine what happens next. Okay, we need something back here. Why? can see we're at a very critical moment in this pair. Okay. Yes, the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame is bullish. That will give the pair, and that's why I've been searching these buys like a bloodhound, but unfortunately, we are not getting them of recent. Okay. Uh, and if price can really close with this engulfing this week, it will be maybe it will be a bad idea looking for buys next week. So we need something good and fast on NZD card. Okay? We need a very strong bullish rejection of this price back to this level. Okay. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Uh, and the second thing that's questioning everything is that not only do we need this in the weekly time frame, which we have 3 more candles to go, and the daily time frame. Uh, Look at, we are at a point where the daily might go bearish. Okay? And you see, this is why the reason I don't take any trade when there's an OG level. Okay? Even if it's clean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 touches. I don't take it because this usually happens, you see? And I'm thankful that you guys have watched it because I used to say it and you never used to see it most of the time. But now you see why I always avoid such trades. So in this case also, today we need something good to also happen. Okay. Um, which is first, this daily candlestick has two options. Okay. Either to turn bullish today, okay, or not to break below this level. Okay. Because then we can have hope for the next day and believe that price will will give us a rejection. Okay. Even if it's a critical area, there's still room for uh belief. Okay. So what we need is price not to break below here. Okay. And I like the rejection so far. And the 4 time frame, uh you can see the 4 time frame closed bearish. And since Monday, yeah, it's just been closing bearish. So sad time we get some buys, you know. And I remember when I used to use that other strategy here as well, I would maybe try to buy because of this small these reactions here. So we need the daily to do something very nice. Okay? And then it will set us up for the next move. Uh sure. What would be nice in this 4 hour time frame? Just any 4 hour close being which will be bullish is enough for us. Okay. Whether it will be as small as tiny as this, that would be very fine. Okay. Because look at what happens when you get those small time changes. You see, everything was bearish. Uh, you had that small time frame. You see, that small candle. Price tried to sell more, but look what happens next. Okay. You had this massive sell. One small uh green candle gave some hope. You see. So that's what we need in the 4 hour time frame. We need a reaction. Okay. A 4 hour reaction. But to save us the drama and the noise, we just need the daily not to close, whatever happens during the day, not to close below this daily high low. Okay? Because once we break below, my friend, once we break below, it will be now a different story. Okay? Because let me just say, once we break below, the only way we can buy will now remain at this same point here. Okay? Where we've been trying to buy for the longest. Or we'll now start waiting for price to make a new lower high and lower low and shift and all that, okay? But we've not yet reached to that extent. There's still hope in this and belief. So let's just wait and see how the daily reacts. Okay. Next we have AUD card. You see why I always say waiting for small confirmations save you a lot. Okay? Because many can can actually many I'm sure there's some who bought. It's just that how do you how do you bring out the buying and selling ratio? Uh, this shows after people have already bought. Yeah, this shows after. Uh but I don't know. There's what people use that helps you see how many orders are in the market. Let's search on Google and see. How do you use on TradeView that helps? Uh, and we're just using these ones. We're never coming back to this. That shows how many positions people are taking on it here. And open interest data. Mm, saying long short ratio. Oh, let's try it. Let's try and see what these guys are saying. Oh, short ratio. Uh, Ah, don't really. Okay. Let me just Let's just try to leave it at this point. Hmm. Ah, oh, so even this one is behind. Okay. Uh, anyway. Mm. This one long short accounts. Um, but there's this one at position two. Let's try this one. Okay, let's see. Uh, oh, click at the point in time when I order is placed using the order entry level. Trade to be entered in a trade is reached. Hmm. Uh-huh. Uh, Anyway, nothing is making sense. Uh, I don't know. I haven't learned how to operate it. But either way, we don't need it. So, what I was just trying to say is small indications in your trade matter. Okay, either it's on the 4 time frame, the daily time frame, the weekly time frame, your monthly time frame. Okay, so uh uh if you can see what's going on now, price was above here, right? The weekly time frame, we had a very nice double bottom. You see? This wouldn't make anyone try to buy this next week. Okay? And in my heart, I knew, but even if we're buying, it's been price hasn't been at this high in the longest, but still, I liked how the weekly was looking, and the trade made sense. So then we said, okay, if this trade wants us to participate in it, I just want one small indication, okay, where price can just break above the daily level, okay, because we were bearish, okay. And trust me, some would think this is bullish because of this point here, but for me, I don't count this, because if they thought this was bearish, now they are back bearish, and they can only buy when price is above this level again. You see? So, to just cover the noise, we just keep it simple. This one is our lower high, and this one is our lower low. Trust me, even if you put your this as your lower high, what it won't, there will be something that will make the trade not play out. Okay? So let's say, for instance, you thought this was bullish, okay? Thought this was bullish. Oh, yeah. Now you switch to a forward time frame, okay? This was bullish, all this move here. And when the market opens, the forward makes a high, okay? So you even said to yourself, oh, interesting. Now I have a high, meaning when price comes back into this level, I don't have to worry about all this noise. You see? Uh, uh, so in this case, when price comes back at this point, all you have is what? A lower high and a lower low, a lower low, a lower low, a lower low. Finally breaks above. All you're making is lower lows. You can't take any trade. Okay? 3 hour time frame. Okay. 3 hour time frame, right? Uh, see how funny this is. Price comes back at your OG level. Okay? This is your 3 hour. This is your 3 hour high low. This is your 3 hour high. You see? When price test the OG level, uh, here, even if let's say you don't choose to follow the instruction, just say, okay, I'm at this level. Since there is no any OG level, I just have to wait for price to engulf. Okay? Price comes back, no engulfing. Price pushes, no engulfing. Price comes back, no entry level. Price comes back, nothing. Price breaks your 3 hour level. So now your 3 hour is bearish. You see? 2 hour time frame. Interesting. This is your 2 hour higher low. This is your higher high. Okay? You consider the daily bullish, by the way. Okay? And you say you use the 2 hour and the 4 hour, and you realized saying the 4 hour wasn't clean. Let me use the 2 hour, okay? And the 2 hour shows you a very nice OG level here. You see? So price starts dropping on a Monday. No retest, no retest, no retest, no entry signal, wrong pin bar, doji, doji. Now you're below. So what are you hoping for? Price to break above and retest and give you that entry. You see? But what do you get? Price keeps selling. Price keeps selling. Now you're what? You're bearish in both 4 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hour time frame. Okay? This is, mind you, I've told you the daily is bullish and the weekly is bullish. Okay? So you said to yourself, okay, let me try the 1 hour. You like maybe the 1 hour for entry. Okay? You see what happens? So price breaks above. You now even feel good. Oh, this is the 1 hour higher low. This is the 1 hour higher high. You see? So price starts retesting, 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 and now price takes out your lower higher low. So now you're okay. Okay? So you have your new lower high and your new lower low. Okay? So all you want is now a shift to buy the 1 hour time frame, right? So you get nothing, you get nothing, you get the lower low. So now you want what? Price to break above this level and give you an OG level, right? And then what happens? Price pushes above, nothing. Price sells, nothing. Price sells, nothing. And price breaks below, nothing. Okay? Let's try the 30 minutes. Uh, okay. So to make things short, this was also a higher low. And when price came back here, it was bearish. How? This was the lower low. This was the lower high. So we are looking for a shift, right? And then price finally made the lower low here. Okay? Here, at this point here. So this becomes our lower low. Here. And this becomes your lower high. So you can't buy at that level though. But it's not at your OG level. So you want to do what price did here, okay? And it's now closer to the OG level. We are now at this point. And what happens? Price gets the buy, the break above. You see? Now you're all excited. All you just need is one retest and one engulfing and you buy. Okay? What does price do? Price gives you a retest, keeps selling, goes bearish again, you goes bearish again, and your trade is gone. Okay? That's the 15 minutes time frame. The same rule is being applied. Okay? Now, just in this case, this is the lower high and this is the lower low. So now you want price to what? Break above and then give you a chance. Price breaks below. Okay? You say, okay, cool. I'll try to see if you give me another chance. Makes a new potential lower high and now makes a lower low here. So now you're thinking you'll get the shift and then you can buy. Okay? But what happens? Price breaks below. Okay? So I've shown you in every possible time frame. The 4 hour. No, I haven't showed you the 4 hour. The 3 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minutes, the 15 minutes time frame. So you can see why I just stick to one thing. Okay? Because if the 4 hour hasn't given you that opportunity, trust me, all these time frames will be deceiving. And even if they give you an entry, you are better off to wait for the 4 hour time frame for this strategy. Okay? For other strategies, yes, that's their blueprint. But in this case, you've seen what has happened. Okay? And I said to you, okay, take for instance, the daily was bullish. You see, I gave you a pass of error where you thought this was the lower high and this was the lower low. You see, this was the higher high, this was the higher low, and this was the higher high. You see, but even through the error, price didn't give you what you wanted. Why? Okay, it's a sign that you made something. Oh, okay, and that's the goodness of it because you see. Because if this gave you the buy, you'd repeat the same thing. And then you would learn that, oh, suppose I made this mistake here. But I've made this mistake before, and that's why you saw me doing nothing. Okay? So that's why I just said to you, just need the daily to give me what I want. If nothing from the daily, nothing will happen. So in this case, uh, we can drag, yeah, we can drag it around this same level. So to be just frank with ourselves, We only have two pairs where we can expect something. Okay? Euro USD. Oh, Euro USD CHF. Okay. Because the week hasn't finished yet. Unless if we see Thursday, then we'll break a record. And even me, I'll break a record of going a full month without taking a trade. And I've never gone to like ever since the day I took trading serious. Every week I had something waiting for me. Okay? And that's why my journey was long. Because I had to discover all these same mistakes I'm showing you for free. But the difficulty of man is when something is given free, it's never cherished unless you experience it on your own. But I can guarantee you, even if you use a strategy, not this one, but if you can just read those 13 rules I showed you, where I told you the 13 rules, I'm telling you, you'll be better off in the market, better off by 90% of the traders. Okay? Because every trade you take, you nurture it, you'll be proud of it, regardless of the outcome. That's the value of having your own, you know, standards in the market. Because many just want to go, oh, this one's doing this, let me try it. So this one does this and no. Try to build your own, so that even if your journey takes long, you'll be fine with your journey because it's your journey. You see, I'm not taking a journey together with someone you're watching online. I'm not taking the journey together with some book you read or anything, but you're taking the journey by your own. Okay? That's the good part of it. That's the good part of it. And I think there was one thing I never shared with you guys. One, still things you should always run from. Never join Telegram group. Never. Okay? Run from it. If you want, delete the app. Never. Never buy signals. Okay? Never. You know, life is most of the time the first thing you see when you start learning, when you start trading, most of the time is what God has shown you to stick with. But our hearts, we want to jump and look over the window. Okay? Which leads me to my third step. Choose one mentor. Okay? Okay? Trust me, choose one mentor. There is no such things like when you want to be a scalper, want to be a swing trader, want to be a positional trader, you need a certain type of mentor. No, just choose one mentor, okay? Whether that person trades options, whether that person trades forex or commodities, just choose one, okay? And you yourself, you just see what you're interested in, but only a few trade options, okay? So just choose one and learn their strategy. And once you learn it, don't go out rather, and searching for another. Don't. You're just lengthening your journey. Just the same strategy you learn, try it on the pairs you're trading. Okay? If let's say they taught you the mentor you found trades gold, and as time move on, you don't like gold. If that strategy is legit, you can still apply it in other sector, okay, of the same trading industry. And not in other sector, but even in another type of trader, okay? Because you can find your mentor as a scalper, but maybe you are not impulsive and you don't like that pressure. You can change and try to switch the same strategy but into a daily intraday trader. You see? Or a day trader, let's say. So that's how you make your journey quick. Because we love, we humans, we feel like if we have more information, then we are equipped. Now by getting more information, we end up poisoning the quality information. Don't confuse quality information with quantity information. Okay? These are the mistakes I made. And most of the biggest traders, they'll tell you. And they keep on telling people, but people still don't listen. And that's why you see the results you see now. But trust me, that information is really important. So, since this is USD CHF now, uh, we have 4 hour time frame. Price has kind of broken above, but still the trading plan still stands for this week. I'm still waiting for my shift and my retest at this level and my buy. Okay. For Euro USD, I still need my retest here and then I'll buy. Okay. Then nothing will change my mind because that's what I think is going to happen. Okay. And we only track back to reanalysis of this when the month ends. Okay. Uh, Other things that we can look at is GBP card. There. Uh, we I'm still waiting for my retest here personally. Okay. And the pair can do anything at once. I need my weekly time frame at this point from the daily touching this level. Okay. The same way it touch this level, but look at the 4 hour. This means what? I need the 4 hour to come back here. Then we can buy. The next thing is AUDJPY. Price ended up selling out. Uh, so you think this was the real shift? Let's try to analyze this. Okay, let's say if this was the real shift. uh, Price makes a what? Um, Lower a shift there, okay? But no retest, no entry. See? Retest, no entry. So when price is above, price ends up making a higher high. So this becomes our entry position, okay? But then price makes another lower low, okay? So this becomes our entry position, okay? So when price retests this level, we are looking for buys, sales, okay? Outside this level. And what happens is price ends up buying more, you see? And this went bullish. But again, price bought more and then shifted at this level, okay? But when it shifted, there was no retest for me to sell. But I'm sure for the lower time frame traders, yeah, uh, no, they were still bullish also. So there's no way they could have sold here, the 2 hour time frame. So this entry wasn't clean. See 3 hour time frame. 3 hour time frame. Okay. Yeah, maybe the 3 hour time frame would be your entry point here. Okay. And you get this trade. Okay. But we don't use those time frames. And sometimes this is the price, but that's fine. Because this price won't be compared to how much the 4 hour time frame saves us. Okay. And in my trading, we all know what rule we use. Okay. If this is what led to the break, price is likely to retest it. You see? Because this is where price has the most touches also. One, two, three, four, five, six. You see? Here we only have one, two, maybe even three here. And also the level that made the weekly shift is this point here. You see? So we were not wrong about this move. Price just ended up not retesting at this level. Okay, that's fine. The next thing is AUD card. You can see what clearly happened. How we saved ourselves from this loss. And I told you if there's something wrong, the 4 hour won't even make sense. You see, there was no entry level here. Mm. But now the daily is bearish, so I can't even buy unless the daily shifts. Uh, AUDNZD. I like this daily rejection. Euro GPP. I still need some reaction. Yeah. Then the rest, we're still waiting. So that's it for this session. And thank you for your patience. Take care, guys. God bless you all. Uh, uh, we are back, guys. And this is New York session. Uh, and we are just here to see how the 4 closed in the previous session. And then we can see what the way forward for us. And then we'll know if either tomorrow there is hope or most of these pairs have just left us for next week. So the first thing is Euro USD. Okay. Uh the 4 hour time frame, uh price ended up making another lower low, as you can see. Okay. So from here it's still the same thing. We still need price to come back at the retesting level. Then we can execute our sale. So the more it keeps on making lower lows, the more we keep on adjusting this level here, you see. And as for now, you can see that we only have one lower high that is maintained. Okay. And so for us to go about this, uh, we we have to make sure we get another lower low here. Okay. So that we can get the shift. Because if we get this shift, then I'll know that price will start buying. Yeah, I'll know price will start buying and then to come back to my OG level here. Okay. Uh, so by the look of things, the US economy is just doing good right now, and there's nothing you can say about it. As of now, that's why you've seen it. Price has just been selling massively in all US pair and buying massively. Okay. Uh, most of these pairs are respecting the US currency. Okay. Uh, so we we can do nothing, but just wait until we gain some momentum when price will actually test this level here. Okay. What I liked about this pair is is that price was at this level on Friday. And so when price was at this level, I knew that it would be faster for price to give us a retest here. Okay. Provided that the US pair, the US currency loses a bit of strength just temporarily. So we can get a sale at this level. Uh, But what happened was price never did this. Hmm. Sorry. Instead, price ended up selling from Monday. We've just been selling, and there is nothing we can do but observe. Okay. Uh, so I think now we can maybe start getting a bit of feedback towards our retest. Okay. Since we've reached our uh OG level. Um, because here is where I expect price to give me a few rejections, you see, because of the past behavior of the market at this level. The last time price was at this level was last year in August. Yeah. See? Mm, so it's been a while. And we would have benefited from through these sales if only the daily made the new high here or it made the new high there. Okay. But throughout all this move, we've been waiting for price to break either below this level or above this level. Okay? And now price finally broke after we waited for almost 3 months. Yeah, 3 months now. And now it's already failing to respect this level. Okay? But there's nothing you can do about it. Why? Because this is the markets. Okay? And I'll always keep on telling you it doesn't care how long you waited, why you waited, when you've been waiting, why you were waiting, because the money you have behind it, who's helping you, who's influencing you. Okay? It only does two things, either go up or go down, either continuously going up or continuously going down. Okay? And your only job is to adapt. Okay? And that's our job here. S- So in this case, we for this week, the analysis we have is only at this point. Okay? And we'll only change our analysis if if this market week closes, okay? Then we'll know how the weekly or the daily position is. The next thing is USD CHF. Ah, finally, something I'd like to see. Uh, so I'll tell you this one thing. If the 4 hour closes bearish like this, and the other one, the 8 p.m., the 1 p.m. 4 hour, no, 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 no. Yeah, this same one, if it closes bearish, there's a high chance the day will close bearish. Okay? Uh, and I told you guys that this is a flag. And I told you when you see a flag in an upward movement, price is most likely to break below. Okay? Uh, and I think that's why AUD card ended up breaking below either way. Okay? Because we had this flag here. Yeah, this is the flag we had. But when price broke above, I thought the price would change, you see? But now this is when I just realized, wait a minute, this flag was an upward flag. So even if price tries to break above, it will still come and break below later on. Okay? And we'll see what happens. And I'll come back to this later. So now we we have something to hold on to. Okay? Our hopes are still in line. We are not totally washed away from the market's one-sided season, because this market, they've just been on the favor of the USD pair, USD currency of recent. Okay. And there's no uh anything you can say. It's doing good. So there's nothing you can do about it. Okay? But it's doing too good. That's one thing that scares me. Okay? But I hope it just maintains, because we might maybe get something worse ahead. But why should we expect something worse? When they are doing good, they should enjoy. So we just adapt with how the market wants to play, because our job is just to benefit from the product we see. So if this 4 hour candle decides to close bearish like this, uh this will be my lower, this is my lower high, this is my higher low, this is my higher high. But all this will change. This will be my lower high, and this will be my lower low. You see? And just like that, we'll start making sales. Okay? Where in the if your analysis is based on the 4 hour time frame, you can switch in the 15 minutes. Okay? Uh, how can we even enter this if, let's say, we only focused on the 4 hour time frame? Let's say The 4 hour time frame was our weekly, and the 1 hour time frame was our daily, and the 15 minutes time frame, the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, just the 15 minutes time frame was our 4 hour. Okay. Uh, Let me do something. So you guys can see that you can apply this to any time frame. Okay. So, so let's say this is your analysis. Okay. And you find the market, let's say this market closed. This is the 4 hour market close. And the 4 hour is showing you it's bearish. Uh, and what makes up the 4 hour time frame? It's four 1 hour candles. So let's say the 4 hour is the weekly, and four 1 hour candles makes that weekly candle, meaning the 4 hour uh, candle, the 1 hour, the four 1 hour candles will turn into the 4 days. That makes into a week of consisting of 4 days. Okay. Yeah. So then the 1 hour is the daily, and 15 minutes time frame is the 4 hour time frame. Okay. So let's say the weekly time frame, price is bearish. Uh, the 1 hour time frame, the daily time frame price is also bearish. Okay. Uh, and the this is the 15 minutes time frame where you place your entry, which is the 4 hour time frame. Everything is also bearish. And in this case, you look at the 1 hour time frame. Okay. And you'll be waiting for price to retest at this OG level here. You see? At this OG level. You see? Knowing that if this is the 4 hour uh higher, lower high, and 4 hour lower low, you see? And then you just wait for price to come back here and then give you that entry and you can sell. Okay? So I was trying to show you something so you can know that any time frame you want can be used. Okay? The only thing that's there is knowing the skill. What would be very important today is this daily close. I really need this daily close, especially if it ends up being a daily bullish close. Okay. Mm, but for now, we can just wait for a retest here and observe how this 4 hour time frame will close. Okay. The next thing we have is Australian AUD. This pair has gone way, way far from our entry level. And the only way we can buy it is if price is back up here and makes a new higher high. So right now the 4 hour is bearish. The daily is bearish, so there's too much noise here. But I still have hope. Why? Because of this uh double bottom we have. It will only be useless when price take out this low, which is the right side of the double bottom. And not only that, but still also the weekly will go bearish, you see? And then this 4 daily bearish movement is now valid. Okay? And we can start looking for sales. Uh, okay? Yeah. Where can we start? Where can we sell from if the weekly was to close at this point? The only place we would sell from is this same level here. Okay. Or unless it really sells off much to this point, then we can sell from this level. Okay? Because price is already bearish. And if you do this, this is the level that led to the low. You can see. You see? This is the level that led to the low. And price already retested it. And price has already broken above it on the daily time frame. So now this is of no use because it's been respected. So we can't apply that theory of just looking up to this one here. Okay? But one thing we can do is pay attention to the how the weekly will close. Because as of now, the only place you can sell from still is here. Okay? So this means that the 4 hour has to give us some structure point here so that when it breaks below the weekly double bottom right side, or let me just say if the weekly shifts, we will just wait for a retest here and continue with the sales, you see? But because with the way it's looking, price wants to reach this level here. This is price's target. But that's something for next week. As of now, the analysis is still the same. We are waiting for price to break above and then we can buy. Okay? Yes, even if it sounds ridiculous, it's what we analyze. So we stick to it until all week ends. Okay? Uh, because we don't switch things during the week. The next thing is NZD card. Currently, we wanted the forward to start rejecting up, but it's decided to break. So the pair is in question now. How? Because it has to fight between breaking below this higher low or price buying back up and preserving this higher low and price remaining bullish, maintaining the weekly structure. Okay? Because for me, uh, we only consider this pair bearish when the weekly closes below this level here. Okay? That's when we'll now say, oh, now NZD card and NZD USD, they are all going in the same direction. Okay? But as of now, we are still looking for buys. Okay? Uh, we just don't look good right now. But we still have 7 more hours to go. So we can conclude on this pair. If you are really following me, you can tell I was really expectant in the buys. But notice how calm I am even when things don't go my way. That's how I also want you to be. Okay? Then you survive in the market. Uh, so we'll just see how the daily closes today. Uh, if the moment the daily closes below this level, then we can maybe push this to next week. Okay? Yeah. And what else? I think that's the only thing. For NZD USD, this is why I was saying that day that NZD card usually follows NZD USD. But I just had a belief that NZD card can buy, but it just didn't buy. And it ended up following the pair, the supreme pair. And it's been buying for 5 trading days, selling for 5 trading days straight. Uh, that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume. It moved price from 0.58 to 0.56. That's a lot of movement. Okay. Uh, so what do we do about this pair? Personally, we can all conclude that we can't trade this pair this week. Mm, neither can we trade this pair. Now for this one, there's still time. There's still time. Uh, but these two, we can humbly conclude that we are not trading them this week. And now I understand it happened fast, but as a trader, you can't do anything about it. Okay? Because the same way it happened fast that you can't trade, there will also be days when you enter a trade and it happens fast that you just have to spend the whole week analyzing. You see? So for every win, there is also a loss. Okay? But the most important thing of all is the lesson. Write that down. Finally, in GBP card, price is trying to respect my analysis because I've been waiting for price to come back here. Okay. And I can see some progress. I like this. Can see some progress. Uh, so what I want for this week is just price to come back here and then show me that that's all. That's all. Okay. Uh, this won't only make sense in the daily time frame, but also in the in the weekly time frame. Finally, price will be testing this level. Or even if you say, okay, yeah, it already gave you a pullback, uh, and the daily already gave you a retest and a holding, look at the forward time frame. There is no way you can buy this. Okay. Price is still bearish. Okay. So we need price to come back here and give us a very nice sensible shift, and then we can buy. ADJPY. This one dropped together with AD card. Uh, Euro card price is at this level. Uh, but now it's bearish, so it's not of an interest for now. Uh, this one, I still need to see how price will respect this level. Euro GBP need more action. Uh, what have I been waiting for from this pair? Oh, this is the close, yeah, this is the crossroad. If price breaks below the daily, the weekly will go bearish. But by the look of things, uh, the daily has to make a new lower low. Okay. so that it shifts it, then it buys. Okay, but we'll see how the weekly will end. Uh, AD card. I like this push. Only if we could have had a lower high here and a lower low. Uh, but in this case, then I will expect price to buy a bit up and then sell lower again and then shift. Uh, without it taking the weekly higher low. You see? Yeah. USD JPY. I need that retest. USD card. Nothing is clear now. This one is now in line. Now price is trying to aim for the II. So if that happens, we'll just be waiting for price to come and take out this low here. Okay. This is what we'll be waiting for. Uh Euro CHF. Remember what I was telling you? I wanted to repeat what it did here, and it's repeating here. Okay. So let's just wait for this to happen. Then we'll circle back to this pair. I think can drag this one here. Uh, yeah. Uh, this one can drag it to pending. This one also pending. Yeah. So anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in uh the next session. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Um, my dear brothers and sisters, we've come to an end of the market. Sorry I couldn't be with you during the 4 p.m. New York, 8 p.m. for our close. But this is what happened. The 4 hour ended up closing bearish, the New York Euro USD. So as of now, it's still the same thing. Just need price to come back here. That's all we need. Okay, that's all we need. And once price gives us that, uh, we'll dance to the tunes of the market. Okay, so don't be discouraged. Don't feel left out. The market is ours, okay? And to save us, just give it time. Okay?
Mm, next thing is USD card. Price ended up um making a very strong pullback. And remember, I told you this will determine whether price will have a retest this week. Okay. But there's still one more. There's still hope that I can guarantee you. Okay. Where? Don't worry. 4 hours and yet closed. Okay. Mm, so, um, what we can do here is just wait for price to come back here. Okay. That's the most important thing. AUD card. This is where the daily will have its close, making this pair untradeable this week. AUD NZD card. Unfortunately, we might have a daily close above the higher low, and this will mean the daily will go bearish. Lastly, USD, NZD USD price end up even selling more beyond our take profit. This is why I was saying when we catch buys or sells in my strategy, the price goes further. You see, we just didn't get an entry here. We would have been in very much great profit. Okay. Uh, GP card, I still need price to come back here. ADNZD, I like what's happening. I like what's happening. Can see that price is rejecting at the daily level. Uh, we can hope for price to have a close back at this zone by the end of the week. Euro card, Euro CHF. I'm just waiting for this to duplicate here. For this one, I want to see how the 4 hour will close throughout this week. Okay. Then we can make logical decisions. Okay. Um, so that's it for this week. Oh, this day, sorry. And I hope to see you tomorrow. God didn't give us any entry today. ZAR USD. My friend hasn't yet done what I've been planning for him. So with that being said, can spend the whole night just explaining the same thing over and over again.
But there's nothing there left to say rather than it's been a good day. We've learned a few things, and I hope we learn more things tomorrow. Okay? Uh, God bless you and have a very good night. Thank you.